Judge Judy showed Judge changed the way courtroom shows are made. Then, Judge Judy disappeared, ending 25 years of being the most popular courtroom show. But Judge Judy didn't give up her job. She started over and did something completely different. You will be amazed at where she is now and what she has made. In February 1993, Judy Schindlin, who would go on to become the famous Judge Judy, saw something. Her life would change in a way she could never have imagined because of what she saw. Judy passed the New York State Bar examination in 1965. She went straight into business and worked as a corporate lawyer for a beauty company. But there was a problem. It took her 2 years to understand that the job wasn't making her happy. So she quit her job to spend more time with her kids, Jamie and Adam. Then in 1972, she decided it was time to get back to work, but she wanted to do something that would make her happy and not make her angry. She applied for a job as a lawyer in the family court system in New York after hearing about it from a friend. Judy was hired because she was thought to be very good. Judy quickly became famous, and in 1982, New York Mayor Ed Koch made her a criminal court judge because of how tough she was. In 1986, she was made a supervising judge in the Manhattan section of the family court. People said her style of justice was tough and sometimes harsh, but Judy would never agree. What made her popular, though, was her style. Because of her fame, Heidi Getlin told her husband Josh to write a book about her. Josh wrote an article about Judy for the Los Angeles Times. He called her a woman who was driven to make the courts work for everyone. Judy got a lot of help from that story. It helped her get the attention of Kay Switzer and Sandy Sprechman, who worked for another talent agency called Rebel Entertainment. They put Judy in touch with CBS, who then featured her in an episode of CBS's 60 Minutes. The viewers loved her on the show, and Judy became famous all over the country right away. Judy chose to make money off of how popular she had become. In 1996, she wrote a book called Don't Pee on My Leg and Tell Me It's Raining. Judy then quit her job as a family court judge, having heard more than 20,000 cases. Why Judy quit was something that people didn't know. People wanted more after seeing her on CBS's 60 Minutes. Rebel Entertainment and their team came up with the idea for a show like The People's Court and pitched it to CBS because they liked the idea. Judy was asked to be a judge on the court show that would be named after her. She said yes, but she didn't like the show, her bailiff, and she didn't get along. She wanted someone else, but who? Judy picked up the phone because she thought of someone. Hawkins Bird read a news story about Judy's book in 1995 and really liked it. He told her in a letter that he would put on his uniform again for her if she needed a judge. He already knew what he was going to say when his phone rang after she was done talking. That was the start of Judge Judy, which changed the way court shows were shown on TV. Judy and Bird had a great connection. He was the strict sheriff who wasn't interested in the case personally. When the lawyers wanted to get physical, he kept things in order, and the crowd loved his steady presence. Fans could not wait to hear him say "Order, all rise" before each case began. With chemistry like that, Judge Judy wasn't just the most popular court show, it was one of the most popular shows ever. Bird and Judy's relationship ended in a bad way, but we'll not talk about that now. 9 to 10 million people watched Judge Judy every day. Not only that, but sometimes it even did better than Oprah Winfrey's show. During some time, the show had the best ratings of all daytime TV shows. How did it become the most watched show? That will be coming up soon. The number of people who watched the show kept going up, and eventually Americans trusted Judge Judy more than all of the Supreme Court judges put together. People didn't just see Judy as a normal judge, though. In their minds she was one of the most important people in pop culture history. When shows wanted to get people's attention, they always talked about Judge Judy. Even though a lot of people liked the show, it still wasn't getting any daytime Emmy awards. While this was going on, Judy was still winning awards and medals from many places. As of February 2006, Judy had a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. In October 2012, she was admitted into the Broadcasting and Cable Hall of Fame. She kept getting awards, and in April 2013, she got one from the vice president of the UCD Law Society. But Judy wasn't happy. She wished that her show would win something. Even though she was scared, she had to tell herself that the award-winning shows had stopped or been cancelled. But even though she didn't win, Judge Judy still had a lot of viewers, and there was no end in sight. But in 2013, something very important took place. Judge Judy finally got its first Emmy after being nominated 15 times. This led to a lot of other awards for the show. It won the Emmys again in 2016 and 2017. After that, Judy kept getting awards. In 2014, at the Heroes of Hollywood, she got the Mary Pickford Award from the Hollywood Chamber Community Foundation. Judy may be best known for the Guinness World Records she won on September 14, 2015, for being the longest-serving judge or arbitrator in the history of courtroom-themed programs, and for having the longest-running courtroom show. Besides the awards she won, Judge Judy made a lot of money from the show. It made the news that she made so much money. Her net worth rose to $95 million, making her the 13th richest woman in entertainment on Forbes' list of the 20 richest women in entertainment. In early 2005, she was making about $25 million a year. Even though not everyone liked how rich she was, some thought it was wrong that she made so much money when judges who ran the day-to-day court business were making a lot less. This wasn't the only thing people said bad about Judge Judy. There will be more of those later. Judy was tired, even though she was rich, but she liked what she was doing and how she could hold an audience's attention. So when the studio chose to give her an extra $45 million a year, she loved what she was doing even more. But there was something different about this rise. The people who went to the show still loved it, and they liked how Judy made them feel like they were seeing something that they wish would happen in real life. People in the crowd wanted people who were in court to get justice quickly, without having to deal with technicalities, wait for lawyers to get involved, or go through long appeals processes. Fans thought she was very smart and called her a human lie detector because she had spent so many years in family court. For them, Judy was a real hero of justice who killed bad people with the power of her words. But not everyone thought this way. Many people like how fair and patient she was in her early Judge Judy shows, but some fans thought she wasn't as good of a judge as most people think she is. They have even asked if she could be taken off the bar. They said she was stopping lawyers, making assumptions about cases before they were heard, or being biased against certain groups of people. Some people say that Judy is rude and uncaring when she has to deal with people who are struggling and are on public assistance or have low incomes. But many people didn't know that Judge Judy was having trouble. As the years went by, Judge became meaner and lost the patience she used to have for clients. Everyone who worked on the show made money, which is why Judy didn't take as many breaks as she should have. She couldn't even take a break. Judges were paid to be on the show. The amount of money they got depended on things like how long they were on camera and how much they spent. At the highest, they could get $500, and at the lowest, they could get $100. Some people who were sued even got about $250. This fee is after the show gave them a place to stay in Hollywood and paid for most of their costs while they were shooting. Even when Judge Judy gives defendants fees that they don't have to pay, the show does it for them. It is said that a lot of lawyers come on the show and make up cases to get paid. This is the reason why some Judge Judy foes say the show adds drama instead of realness. Judy couldn't relax because there were so many lawsuits. In 2010, she thought about retiring, but her contract was set to end in 2014. She said she would quit when her contract was up, but something terrible happened long before that. Judy went to work on March 30, 2011, and everything seemed fine, except that she was completely worn out. Judy went about her day as usual, like it was fine, but it wasn't. Even though they were still filming, the judge called a case. Judy was listening to the people involved, but as soon as the case started, the screen went black. Judy had passed out. She was taken to the hospital right away. Scientists did tests on her and found that she had a small stroke. Judy didn't give up though. Instead, she got a pay raise and a longer deal. That same year, she was named the highest paid TV star. She was having so much fun that in 2014 she even got her own show, which she called Hot Bench. She had no idea that this spin-off would make things very difficult for her. Judy kept doing her brand of justice, and in 2017 she signed a new deal that kept her working until 2021. Her pre-tax income went up to $147 million because of the contract extension. It also caused other problems that we'll talk about soon. Judy forgot all about retiring after getting a raise in pay. She said she would only leave when people stopped watching her show. She was still full of energy and loved her job, but she had a thought. She didn't tell anyone about it yet though, and got to work on how to make her idea come true. Judy kept working on that plan while she was also Judge Judy. In March 2020, she told many fans what they were afraid to hear. She said that the show would end on its 25th season anniversary while she was on the Ellen DeGeneres show. But her last days on the show weren't the way she would have liked to say goodbye. In 2016, Rebel Entertainment Partners Inc. and its president, Richard Lawrence, sued CBS Television Distribution for a lot of money. It was his company and former workers, Kay Switzer and Sandy Sprechman, who brought Judy to the attention of CBS, so they thought CBS was trying to cheat them out of the money they made from the show. Rebel said Judy getting too much money from CBS was the reason they couldn't pay them. They even said that the show wasn't making as much money as CBS was making it look like it was. During all of these court cases, Judy was caught up in the chaos, and the woman who helped other people get justice was accused of taking it wrongly from those who helped her. People said that Judy and CBS didn't tell Rebel about other spin-offs because they didn't want to split the income with Rebel. For years, Judy had been a tough lawyer and a tougher judge. She wasn't ready to be walked over. She fought back against the accusations. She said Richard wasn't happy with making more than $17 million from her show because he was too greedy. Even more, she said he was selfish because he never called her or asked her for anything after they met before the show started. She said the amount CBS paid her was fair because they got a lot of value from her. Did she really add that much value to CBS? The court agreed with her, and in 2018 it said that Judy wasn't getting paid too much and that CBS was lucky to have her. But Judy didn't get away with everything. The judge said that she and CBS should have told Rebel about any spin-offs. Think again if you thought the drama was over. There were a lot more turns coming, just like on the Judge Judy show. Rebel Entertainment and Richard were not happy with the court's decision. They tried to appeal, but CBS got tired of all the court drama. They had been showing court cases about other people for years and were ready to move on to their own. In 2020, they went to Rebel Entertainment and made a deal with them. Rebel thought that they had CBS where they wanted them, so they pushed for another case. This time, they joined Judy as a defendant, but she was done. There was no deal she was going to make with Rebel. She also sued them for $22 million and said they were doing bad business. The fight began, but Judy had a problem. So that she could have a case, the court told her to also sue CBS. Judy had to make a choice. She could either work hard to get the money she wanted or stay true to CBS. She stuck to her friends and lost her case. It didn't bother her. Another court in California agreed with the first court that CBS did not break any agreements with Rebel. The court said that CBS was giving Rebel the amount that was agreed upon in their contract and in the way that was agreed upon in the contract. It turned out, though, that Judy wanted her pay to go up every 3 years. She wanted more work, even though she was sometimes too busy. She could now enjoy her win, but it didn't last long. Besides that, she had to fight another suit. This time, old friends turned against each other. The people who were trustees for Kay Switzer and Sandy Sprechman sued Judy, CBS Corporation, CBS Studios, and Big Ticket Television. They said that the people who used to work for him at Rebel Entertainment should get paid for finding Judy. They said there would be no Judge Judy without that discovery and her later return to CBS. This was the third time they had filed something like this, and Judy wasn't upset about it. The case was just background noise, as she said. In 2021, the court threw it out because it didn't make sense. Judy was also involved in other cases.
Judge Judy was sued in March 2013 by Patrice Jones, who is married to Randy Douthit, who is the show's CEO. She said Judy bought expensive cutlery and fine china that she owned by working with her husband to do it. The situation was getting messy, so Judy gave Randy Douthit the cutlery back. He then gave them to his wife. There were a few more cases that Judy was involved in. The one from March 2014 stands out. So, a lawyer named John Haymond put Judge Judy's picture in a few ads. The show's producer saw the ads and told the lawyer right away that using Judy's picture wasn't allowed. The lawyer didn't listen and kept putting out more ads. This made Judy mad, so she sued. She said that Haymond and his law company used her picture in TV ads without her permission, giving the false impression that Judge Judy personally supported Haymond's legal practice. Haymond, on the other hand, wasn't giving up. He also sued Judy back, saying she had slandered him and his company. He said that neighborhood TV stations asked him to be in ads to help promote Judge Judy's show, and he gladly agreed. No one believed him, so Haymond went to Judy and asked for a deal. He knew he was going to lose,